Hey, what's going on, guys? Well, I am back with another video, and for today's video we are going to go through my week 7 Smogtour battle. If you guys are looking for some fire team, some fire competitive battling, you came to the right channel, because I always deliver, man. So we have our first opponent with D-Flow, my man D-Flow, with some threatening Pokemon. As you can see, he got Tapu Koko, his Magnezone, he got Vallabloom, Mandibuzz, Swampert, and Heatran. If I'm going to give him an evaluation of his team, I'm going to say his team is standard but respectable, because all his Pokemon have different attributes, as I have mentioned in my past videos. His Tapu Koko is Thunder, his Magnezone is Thunder, but he also has the Steel, so he's mainly Steel, and Vallabloom with Grass, and he had the Dark, then he has Ground and Water, and he has Fire. So I know his team is very threatening just from looking at that team and seeing that the attributes are different. Another thing is that my team is also different. As you can see, the types are different. I have a SD Weavile, I have a Gold Speed with First Impression and Spikes, I have Conqueror with Bulk Up, I have Zootree, and this Zootree is very interesting because I actually put Rising Voltage instead of Thunderbolt, even though Thunderbolt does more. I think it's 95. The reason why I put Rising Voltage is because I'm hoping my opponent is going to bring in his Tapu Koko, since that's very popular. In this case, it works perfectly for me, because as long as he sends a Psychic Terrain, and as long as I get rid of Swampert, I could do Rising Voltage. It would do a lot. I don't care if you resist it, I don't care if you have Vallabloom, I don't care if you have Magnezone. It would do so much because it's double. So the base is 70. I think with the Rising Voltage, with the Electric Terrain, it will be 140. So that's like a Dracometer. So I'm really hoping to get some use off of that. And I have Marowak with a Porygon 2 Trick Room, because obviously Conqueror you also realize Trick Room as well. Very fun team. Obviously my Zootree is Scarf, doesn't make sense, but my team never makes sense. So let's see how we do. I'm gonna play. So basically, he lead off Vallabloom, I lead off with Gold Speed. Obviously, my Gold Speed could go for First Impression immediately, so he's gonna switch out. I'm not gonna go for First Impression, not gonna show him that. I'm going to act like I don't have it, so I'm gonna go for Spikes as I switch out into Zootree, expecting to go for T-Bow because no one's gonna take it. Unfortunately, he gets a crit, and that crit will actually matter. I go for the Rising Voltage immediately because I don't suspect him to bring in his Swampert, because it's way too early in the game to bring out your Swampert. For all he knows, I could just go for Energy Ball. So I knew he's gonna stay in, so I'm gonna go for Rising Voltage, expecting to kill Tapu Koko, but of course Tapu Koko has some defenses, so it didn't knock him out, but that's okay. I was actually hoping to live this next Thunderbolt, but because he got me down low enough, he's able to go for Dazzling Gleam, knock him out. So that's very unfortunate, as going to Gold Speed, expecting him to think that I have First Impression. Obviously that's the reason why I brought it in. But I go for Aqua Jet. I want him to keep thinking that I don't have First Impression, so that when I do bring it in, I can go against Vallabloom and knock him out. Because he probably doesn't expect that I have it at all. But in this case, I just go for Aqua Jet. Nonetheless, it will still kill his Tapu Koko from that range. And if he brings anyone else, Aqua Jet will do at least some damage. So he goes in Magnezone. Aqua Jet was a better play anyways, because Bug would do nothing to Magnezone. So I go into Porygon 2, expecting to go for Thunder, big move. He does 52%. I know that he definitely Spikes, and if he had one for Thunderbolt, I would die 2 hit. But thankfully he goes into Vallabloom. Obviously, this is not a good matchup for me, because he could go for Dream Punch or Wood Hammer or something like that. So I felt like Gold Speed could actually live it, because I have lived it before, and he has high defense, so I was expecting to live. But he goes for Wood Hammer, he actually knocked me out 100. So I was like, what is going on? He has Choice Bandit, Choice Specs, like what? Because Wood Hammer I know is a lot of damage, but even with Grass Swing, I should be able to live it, but I don't live it, so that's making me think he's Choice Bandit. Gold Speed would have been perfect here. So right now, at this point, I didn't know what mine to bring, because I should have bought him my Marowak, as you see. Like, I bought him my Weaver for some reason, expecting to scam off. No, I do bring him my wallet. Sorry. Yeah, so I got ahead of myself. So I went into Marowak, expecting him to be locked into Wood Hammer, so I would be able to knock him out. He goes into Mandibuzz as I go to Protagonist. He couldn't miss, honestly, but I have to go big or go home, you know. So go for that. It does nothing. I was expecting him to bring in Heat Trend, but nonetheless, that's a good play in his part. He goes with Defog here, and I took the risk because he could have gone for foul play and knocked me out. He goes for foul play now. Flipbits didn't do enough, so I go for second. Flipbits knock him out. I'm going to save him because I know he could be useful for Trick Room. But then when he put out his Well Bloom, I was like, I have to sack someone, so I'm going to have to sack Malwa, unfortunately. Here, I don't know what I was thinking because he basically locked himself into Grassy Glide with, I'm expecting Choice Bandit. But I think he surprises me here, and he shows that he is Choice Scarf, so he knocks me out. I'm like, wow. So I'm going to Polygon 2. I know I lived, I know, well, actually I don't know if I could live it. But I'm going to take a risk here because basically I lost, and Kakudo could definitely not take his Grassy Glide. So I'm going to stay in, hoping I can live it. I do live it with Smidget, and I'm able to knock him out with Ice Man. I should have went for Trick Room, but at the same time, that could have prompted him to switch out, which I wouldn't mind because I do have bulk up. So as long as I get some bulk up in, his Vol Bloom would not do anything to me afterwards. So I should have went for Trick Room, to be honest, but I just thought I lost, to be honest. So I went for Ice Beam just to get rid of him and say that I killed 2 mons at least. So it's not embarrassment. But he goes into Tapu Koko here, and the only reason why he went to Tapu Koko, and I think this is when I knew that Kakudo would have been a big threat, because Kakudo from this range could Mag Punch knock out his Tapu Koko, right? Mag Punch or Drain Punch can knock out his Magnezone. Drain Punch, he could knock out his Heat Trend, and he has a Swampert, which I could just bulk up and Drain Punch. And besides, I have Guts, so if he wants to go for Skull or Toxic, I'll actually benefit. So I knew that I actually could still win this game, which is really surprising. So Kakudo is actually the mon that the best mon to save, and I saved it to the end. And at this point, I was expecting to sack my Porygon. I knew that the only reason why he brought in his Tapu Koko was because he wanted to lose, because he knew that with that Gleam, that's his only chance to destroy my Kakudo, right? Obviously, my punch could knock him from this range, so he wants to roost that off. So he goes for Roost, and here I'll go for Trick Room, because I know that with Trick Room, my Kakudo will definitely utilize it. Here, I don't know why he disposed of his Tapu Koko, because if I'm being honest here, Tapu Koko is the only chance of winning. The fact that he just tossed him away just like that was a bad move, because even if I bulk up and everything, eventually the Trick Room will wear off, because I need time to bulk up, which means that he has a lot of mines to kind of burn the turns of my Trick Room. So then he could bring in his Tapu Koko. But maybe he was thinking that his Tapu Koko, even with Dazzle Gleam, would not kill me, because I might have Assault Vest, which he doesn't know. So he doesn't know that I don't have. But I think that's what was going through his mind. But I got the easy kill with the Tri Attack, because I got +1 special attack. I go into Kakudo here, and I don't know why he went for Taunt. I think he went for Taunt because he's expecting me to go for Recover, which I don't have. So here it's really looking bad for him. Here I just go for Drain Punch, because I got the advantage of Trick Room. Here, unfortunately, missed it with the Magma Storm. I don't know how much that Magma Storm mattered, because I am pretty weak on my special defensive side. I don't have Assault Vest, so it might matter. But eventually I would gain it all back from Drain Punch, so I'll go for a second Drain Punch. And now Taunt ended, which means I could go for Bulk Up. He goes for Swampert, I go for Bulk Up. Surprisingly I'm faster, as he just goes for high horsepower, trying to see how much that does. It doesn't do anything for Bulk Up. Now he goes to Toxic, but he does not have Guts, so it actually benefits me, because this Drain Punch I'm going to use is going to be a 100 on his butt. And that knocks him out, and then he goes to Magnezone. I know this guy has Specs, so I'm not going to take any chances to go for Mag Punch and knock him out. So surprisingly, I turned this game around and I beat him. So my man Diesel, you played really well. Your team was pretty fire, but Kakudo is just a beast. Look at all that muscle. Look at that steroids. Just a beast. Anyways, we're gonna move on to second. So immediately off the bat, I was like, bruh, you're gonna bring Fat Mons? Like, this is how it's gonna play out. Like this is gonna be, because look, he has 2 mines at pressure, Kyurem and his Crow Knight. He has his Garchomp that I'm pretty sure is fat with Stealth Rock. I'm face palming right now because Like, why you have to bring mons that are fat and that takes like 100,000 turns, dude? Like, dude, there's no way I can win this match. Oh, as soon as I saw this team, I was just like, there's no way, man. You just made Pokemon boring, bruh. Like, bruh, this can't get any worse, bruh. You know, I'm no complainer, right? I just complain there, but for now, we're gonna see how we do. So, she said have fun. I said you too, whatever. He goes Garchomp. He immediately switches out. I go for Icicle Crash, trying to do big damage. I'm going to hope for some flinches. I'm gonna go for another Icicle Crash. That's the only way I can win. It's just hex people. So I'm going to go for another Icicle Crash. I flinch him. That's great, but doesn't say anything. As I go into Reuniglitz, I expect him to bring his Toxic Peck. I'm gonna go back to Mammoth Swine. Expect him to. I don't know why I was expecting Price to switch out, but he knocks off my Choice Bandit. Go for Earthquake. I think go for Skull, and of course he burns me, man. And that just sealed the game at this point, because now he's gonna go into Garchomp. I'm going for Thorn. He surprised me with Fire Blast, knocks me out. And let's see, I'm going to Hydreigon. I go Flash Canyon. He predicts me, so he goes to Toxic. Darn it. Yeah, I'm going to Reuniglitz as he goes into Toxic Packs. And I just go for Psychic. He just lets me, so he just lost his Toxic Pack. So I was like, alright, maybe I have a chance. He goes for Softball. I go Psychic, just see how much it does. 47%. I was like, alright, that's pretty good damage. So you're going to keep Softball. And I go for Psychic, hoping for some special defense drops. I don't get it, of course. He goes in Psychic knowing that he can't win this war. So he's going to go and, you know, basically be a nuisance. And then I'm going to Focus Bash to see how much it does. He goes for Softball. I go for another Focus Bash, hoping to get some special defense drop. I don't get it. If he goes to Softball, I go Psychic, trying to get some more special defense drop. Don't get it. So he goes Toxic, and then here I realized that I actually have Regenerate magic cards. I was like, crap. I'm going to switch out into Mandibuzz as he goes for Softball. I go for Taunt, expecting him to go for the Wish Protect, Toxic Bowl. And then here, I defog, and he probably expected that. He doesn't know that I'm investing in speed, so I was like, oh, great, I can knock down 2 of mine. I have a chance. Not, because I go for Taunt, and yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to go Moonblast here, so I'm going to switch out. Moonblast me. Right now it's favorable for me, because I could just go for Psychic, as he can't go for Softball. Goes in Blissey, of course, I can't do anything. He goes to Rocks again, so annoying as I go for Focus Blast. I switch out into Mandibuzz as he just goes for Softball. And I'm just gonna skip the turns. I just Taunt, and he switches out, and then I switch out, and then I go back to Mammoth Swine and try Earthquake. Does absolutely nothing. Because I got burned. And then he just knocks me out, and then at this point we both can't mine, but I am unaware. He's unaware as well, so he really gets nowhere. And then I was like, alright, please do a lot. So I go Moonblast. I think I go for Moonblast, and he misses Toxic. I was like, please let me just get some crits. So I keep firing off Fire Moonblast until nothing happens. And I Moonlight, and I switch out into Mandibuzz, because at this point there's no way I could win. I taunt him, defog, go into Macafabo. Obviously I'm losing here because he could just keep going for Carmine. I could keep going for Carmine too, but I get Toxic wearing me off. So yeah, this thing I said GG. I said GG, good luck. Yeah, this was the worst way to lose to a star team. And yeah, I just wish it was banned. I mean, if he likes to use star team, I should be able to use Ubers. What you guys think? I should be able to use Uber, no? Because this is basically an Uber team. Alright, we're just gonna move on here, because that was not a good match, and I don't think you guys want to see star matches. So we're gonna move on to Sunday, which is the next time I play. And round 1, I was like, let me just use new mons, because it brings better content. So my opponent goes by the name of, he goes by the name of I think Sabrella, but for some reason the alt name is Sayuri. So we're gonna face this guy. Look at my team. My team is fire. I don't care what you say. all my opponents, they use typical same team, overused, overpowering. I like to see something different, but for me, I'm using Crocodile, Tapu Koko with Venusaur, Mean Shao, and Toxic Pex. Shout out to this guy with pretty star team as well, with Toxic Pex, Clefable, and Star Mori combo with Garchomp, and realizing Sand. So very threatening, of course. I already knew that I had still no chance, but we're gonna play through it because we don't give up. We go Guard, goes B, goes for Scarm, I go for Spikes. And now here I realized I didn't put any defog on my team, so I was like, alright, this is how he lost. So we exchange Spikes, and I go Tapu Koko as he goes for another layer Spikes, third layer Spikes. Here I go for Carmine, and for some reason I thought that Extra was fat, so I go for Grass Knot, but it does absolutely nothing, as you can see. So he's able to rapid spin, so I was like, oh crap, now I'm the only one with the spikes. So going Gold Speed, I do have heavy duty boots. I'm able to not take any damage from spikes. Earthquake is not going to do anything. He goes into Clefable. I go for my layer spikes as I'm going to switch on to Taxipec. Taxipec could take anything, but he goes straight for Thunder, and that's very, very surprising good on him. Gets the paralysis, so of course, what's new? I go into Venusaur as he just goes for no Thunder. He switches out into Tyranitar as he brings the Sand, but I bring out the Sun because I like my Sun. I just go for Giga Drain. I should have put Solar Beam, but nonetheless, it still kills him because he actually decides to bring in his Toxic Peg, and of course I get paralyzed. What happens? I get paralyzed again. Of course, he knocks off my Life Orb. What's new? He goes into Garchomp as I believe I go for Giga Drain, so I get back some health. Sun wears off. I am going to take his Fire Fang and get a Giga Drain just to get some life back. I feel like I could save Venusaur, so I'm going to switch back to Gold Speed as he goes for Scale Shot. Does absolutely nothing. But he does get the speed boost. That doesn't mean anything to me because I could just Aqua Jet him. But he goes into Clefable, so I'm going to predict that with the Spikes. I'm going to go into my Toxic Pex as you just go for Calm Mind. And at this point, he goes for Thunder, knocks me out. Of course, he hits the Thunder too. I go into Tapu Koko, and what do? I go for Calm Mind. As he goes for Moonblast, nearly takes me out. I just want to get as much damage as possible because I do have Mean Shot, which has Poison Jab. So he goes for Calm Mind again, and then I'm pretty sure he's going to go for Soul Pulse. I'm going to go for another Calm Mind just to equal his Calm Mind. And this time I could hit him with a Thunderbolt. That does big damage, 39% with paralysis, so that's pretty good. So he hits me with Moonblast, right? So now I go into Mean Shot because my Mean Shot does have Poison Jab, and Poison Jab with Life Orb should knock him out. And at this point, because he's paralyzed, I'm expecting him to actually switch out. So I'm gonna go switch out to his Taxi or something like that. So I'm gonna go for SD, go for a ballsy play. But of course he doesn't get paralyzed, and of course he stays in and hits me with Moonblast. And that sucks because I'm gonna pause here because imagine I go for SD. Imagine he switches out. He goes in Toxic Play out, which is obvious. He probably has haze. Go for knock off, knocks this guy out probably, or close to knock him out, and he's probably gonna haze and go knock off again, knocks him out. Or if he wants to bring his Skarmory with SD and close combat, should be able to do a lot to his Skarmory, because Skarmory is a threat to my Crocodile. My Crocodile does have Moxie, and I am Choice Bandit, so a Choice Bandit Moxie should be able to do a lot to the rest of mine, especially Toxic Peg, Earthquake, and Tyranitar, and even his Excadrill, and even Clefable and his Garchomp. So I actually had a chance to win, believe it or not, if it worked out. Or I could just went for a Poison Jab, knock him out. He would have bought someone else. I could just sack my Venusaur and go for Crocodile, and Crocodile just wipe out everyone else. But unfortunately, it is what it is, as I do lose my mind. Of course, he could just bring on his Skarmory. I do get the lucky paralyze here, but it's kind of useless because now I'm logged into Moxie, so I'm gonna switch out into Ghost Speed as he just Iron Defense. Iron Defense again because he does have Belly Press, so I can see why. He goes another Iron Defense as I just go for the Spikes. I really have nothing. He got Belly Press, Emergency Exit, go into Venusaur. He does have Brave Bird, I'm pretty sure. He goes to Belly Press, it doesn't matter. Because he has plus 6 defense. I go to Gold Speed. Just say GG, and I say good luck, and yeah, I'm basically played through because I don't want to be salty like that. But yeah, I lose this match, and that's over. So I did lose again. That was my second chance at redemption, but I basically lost once again. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end. More content on the way. I have no reason to be in the next 2 tournament, to be honest, because there's no way I can actually make it to the top 16. But I'm going to play anyways because it's good practice. If anything, it's more content for you guys. You guys can see how I play. Anyways, I would love for you guys to leave some suggestions down below on what content you'd like to see. I'll see you in my next vid. Peace.